Hi, Dr. Saxena here, and I've been talking on some things which everyone needs to understand before embarking on a healthy kind of things. We are talking about how to optimize health, and this is a big series. I started talking about various topics, and one of them which I felt which I sometimes miss out, and is one particular stuff called high fructose corn syrup. This is one thing which I can always tell you. There are the problem is the refiners squeeze the dangerous additives from the corn, which is causing the main problem. See, at the outset, I just want to tell you there were no shortage of sugar in the 21st century, and from such obvious items like we come to India and you'll have various kind of sweets too, not just donuts and all that. A lot of candy, sugar drinks and all. So this is sugar kind of industry, and the kind of sweets what we have been religiously using during all our festivals and all that. It is one of the things which has to be um, looked into. And here we want to tell you there are some good substitute also, but let us focus on this particular thing called high fructose corn syrup. See, this is one thing I can always tell you. This is one, there is obviously no mystery that sugar is not good for you. I have been documenting scientific dangers of sugar for many years now, and I believe reviewing all the things what sugar can cause the damage. I firmly believe that the regular intake of sugar is even worse than the cigarettes. This is one thing which I have been I believe that I know the cigarette is also not good for you, but the kind of harm this sugar causes is much more. So let us see into what is this. I want to pick up this topic, fructose consumption related from high fructose corn syrup, what we are using these days. Animal studies have shown already there is a insulin resistance, there is a impaired glucose tolerance, something like high insulin levels are found, and high triglycerides and high blood pressure. And you see all this so common things nowadays in our clinical practice. People coming with impaired glucose tolerance, people coming with fasting high levels of insulin, high triglyceride, high blood pressure, and we call it as insulin resistance. And this is a very common thing. So what I want to put across is this: consuming this high fructose corn syrup contributes to fat deposits in your liver, which is a thing called fatty liver, and it increases the buildup of dangerous lipoproteins, which are a part of cholesterol deposits in your blood vessel walls. This leads to plaque, you know about what build-up and narrowing of blood vessels, which increases the susceptibility of increased strokes and cardiac MI. So this particular thing which was in this consumption of fructose corn syrup, when we can understand about this, it started increased from there is a kind of pattern which we have seen from 1970 onwards. This consumption has been increased. So there is a kind of people used to talk about this, and this was absolutely taken as a standard halma kind of stuff, which is being used in a lot of industry. So this particular thing, what happened, why I'm trying to stress this particular thing is, before 1970s, that sugar we ate came from sucrose, which is derived from the sugar cane or sugar beets. So this high fructose corn syrup was invented by a pair of researchers in 1957, and people they basically there was no fructose in the corn syrup. The corn syrup contains another sugar molecule considerably less sweet than fructose, which is glucose. So these two researchers developed an enzyme called glucose isomerase in their lab that astonishingly could rearrange the molecular structure of the glucose in the corn syrup to convert into fructose. The more glucose in the corn syrup that the enzyme converted to fructose, the sweeter the syrup became. This discovery became a boon, and in to American corn refiners, and because of the federal subsidies and other reasons, excess of corn to use, they started using excess corn instead of the sugar beets or sugar cane. So, and the potential cost savings were enormous, and the thing was high fructose corn syrup. Instead using in a instead of a regular corn syrup, mean that the standard recipe required to fix the amount of so without it was basically it was more in the commercial interest, it was more profitable. High fructose corn syrup began to produce in an industry-wide scale in 1970s and rapidly took over the sweetener market. According to 1997 US FDA market report, 1997 sucrose accounted for only 43%. High fructose corn syrup made up the entire rest and about 56% of the sweeteners that people consume. So this, given this particular changes, the increase in fructose corn syrup consumption far exceeded the increase in sales of any other food or food, and largely because of the massive corn lobby in the U.S. that convinced the government to set import quotas and tariff on the sugar cane, making the environment more favorable to corn producers. It's actually cheaper to make fructose corn syrup than to buy cane sugar or beet sugar. So you understand what are the things and all that. My focus is on how this HS fructose corn syrup, HFCS, versus diabetes. You need to understand this. This is one thing which is happening at a very fast scale, and diabetes is a condition which everyone knows is the ability to use sugar, and this is not actually, but this is not actually disease of blood sugar. The sugar becomes elevated when you have diabetes, but it is just a symptom of a real problem, an attempt for your body to keep things in balance. The primary problem with the diabetes is the insulin, and more specifically the insulin resistance, and along with that faulty leptin signaling. So HFCS has been shown to increase insulin resistance. So consumption of HFCS can seriously worsen your diabetes. Taking one simple thing like you are taking that one thumbs up, one Coca-Cola, you see think that this is only one single kind of thing, one 7-Up or Citra, whatever you try to work it out, but everything is flooded with this fructose corn syrup. All these drinks, soft drinks, have got one thing in common. They have got HSCS. So what happens here is, if you are pre-diabetic, with this HFCS, it can assault your immune system to the extent it succumbs to the disease. Fructose has also been found to react with protein molecules to form the toxic advanced glycation end products. Glycation is a haphazard process that impairs the functioning of molecules in your body. This is aging. This is something like advanced glycation end products, which we call it AGEs, appear to play a role in the onset of vascular, renal, and other ocular complications of diabetes. See, you need to read between the lines here. Coupled with the fact that the fructose is an additive substance, you have the perfect storm to produce prediabetes and diabetes-like conditions. With even low-dose repetitive fructose injection, if you have the habit of taking that soft drink daily once, and I'm very sure you are going to get into this problem. It's just a kind of time you cannot which sets you, yes, you can always, what is, how much time it takes, it depends on individual to individual. See, we always, we are focused. We always focused on something. The major risk factors of diabetes. You have got heredity. You have got obesity. Your sedentary lifestyle. You have an unhealthy diet. You have a high blood pressure, a high cholesterol. So all these factors are in your power to change. See, we talk about epigenetics. We can always tell you, even if you have genetically predisposed, you can delay the onset of your disease by changing the epigenetics. Epigenetics are environmental factors. We can change, we can always go ahead, we can, a sedentary lifestyle we can avoid, we can always avoid an unhealthy diet, we can always avoid we can always take care of your high blood pressure, high cholesterol and all that. So what I can always tell you is, one, these are all, it looks very tough for the people when we talk about them. So the one thing which I always suggest you, the one thing if you would like to do to avoid to get into this diabetes and pre-diabetes conditions is to avoid high fructose corn syrup. High fructose corn syrup, mostly the soft drinks, and you need to work it out. What are the areas you are getting this particular stuff? Just by that, you don't have to work out on any other thing. You just follow this, and you can see. Uh, it can, see, once you start doing this, other things also fall in place. Your obesity, your tendency to obesity, it goes off, your high cholesterol goes down, so your blood pressure also can be controlled just by avoiding this HFCS. So this one thing which I always have been talking. We were talking about one of the areas. Someone was interested. There was a thin patient. He wants to have a muscle or weight. The thing was which was advised was to take this HFCS so that the weight gain occurs. It's not the proper thing which I mean always, I don't recommend that particular stuff, because for thin people also, they have what good active people, that's fine, you don't have to really look at it. But one of the, I can always tell you, one of the areas with which we can help them is by just asking them to take HFCS, and with that they start gaining weight. And here we are talking about you want to avoid excess weight, you want to avoid obesity and all that. Cut off that soft drinks, cut off that HFCS. So this is of paramount. This one, what I can always tell you is, you can always work it out with your lifestyle things. Avoid this particular thing. Stopping all the sodas would be one of the important steps to take, as they are not only the primary sources of HFCS, but also the single largest source of calories for people around the world. Empty calories, what we talk about. While diet soda doesn't contain HFCS, they are likely even worse due to the artificial sweeteners that they contain, which have been shown to even more long-term toxicity than HFCS. See, this is one of the things which we always tell. To avoid the fruit drinks is also useful. It will help you in they're far. See, while the fruit juices may be far better than the soda, but most are not fresh, and even fresh ones are problematic if you struggle with that insulin surges, high levels of insulin. It's better to avoid that particular stuff. So this is with this particular stuff, we have been talking about what are the other things which we are trying to work it out. To our surprise, we found there are in HFCS, high fructose corn syrup, the way it is being taken out, this particular thing, extract and all that, it has got, you have got some things like mercury and other stuff, which there is a kind of thing which has come up, which is one thing which causing a problem. So I would like to stress this particular stuff. This is one thing which I can always um, tell not to take, and you can always depend on this, and it makes a big dent in your health outcomes and all that. It is helping us in obesity, in diabetes, high BP, high cholesterol, high insulin levels, and all that. So, and apart from that, what happened was because of these high fructose corn syrup, this depresses your immune system. You have got increase in the immune system problems has recently increased uh, tremendously for over years. Asthma, hay fever, eczema, you have got food allergies, you have got lupus, you have got multiple sclerosis, and so many things are on the rise. See, the thing which we believe that all this immune system alterations and all that, this particular high fructose is known to inhibit the action of WBCs, one of the key elements in your immune system. Sugar is a potent enemy of your immune system, not to function of all the bodily parts. The studies have shown that eating or drinking 100 grams of processed sugar is equivalent to one typical can of soda can reduce the ability of your blood cells to kill germs by 40%. In fact, sugar suppresses your immune system for hours after you consume it. The immune suppressing effect of sugar starts less than 30 minutes after eating it and may last up to 5 hours. If you eat some high fructose corn syrup containing food, it causes your immune system to be largely offline for a long period of time, leaving you much more susceptible to germs, viruses, parasites, and whatever is hanging around. Therefore, the key to strengthen immune system is to avoid any foods with HFCS and the other damaging sugars in that. So this is one thing which I always I'll be happy to share is this particular stuff. This one thing which can help you curbing down that improves your immune system, metabolism it brings back to normal, and so many things. At one particular thing, just avoiding one particular stuff, high fructose corn syrup. Look into the labels and start understanding that. Thank you.